I recently had my pannier racks off because I wasn't using the panniers due to work schedule, so I wasn't riding the bike as much and traveling as much. So I had them off, but then I decided, well, now that the riding season is improving here in Houston, I put them back on. One of the things I noticed was that this was a hard metal-to-metal connection between the actual rack and the frame of the bike. And I have no idea why BMW wouldn't put some kind of a rubber washer in there, to protect one metal against the other. Don't want any kind of galvanic action going on there. And up in there also, same deal. No insulation between the pannier rack and the frame. So I decided to go get some neoprene washers, and that's what we're going to be installing today. In order to uninstall this bolt here, you'd have to use a T40 Torx wrench on an extension on your ratchet. So you just stick that in there and undo the bolt. For the front bolt, you just need to put the socket on directly. You don't need an extension. You certainly need two hands to do this. So I'm going to just take this off and then show you the washer when I've got the rack off. So with the rack off, this is what I'm talking about. This here goes up into this little hole and connects. There is a socket there and a socket here, as you can see right there. That part here is in contact with this part here, and it's a direct metal-to-metal contact. So, and those are the four Torx screws that are used to fix the pannier rack onto the bike. And those are the four neoprene washers. I put the particulars up on the right corner of the video. Those are the neoprene washers that I bought to install on that interface. You're going to see how we're going to go about doing this now. First, I'm going to spray a little bit of this silicone lubricant, or you could use WD-40, it doesn't matter. Spray a little bit onto this blue rag, and then I'll just wipe down the area to be the area that's the interface between the two metals where I'm going to install the washer. So just rub this here just to get it a little clean, and do it on all four contact points. Do it up in here as well, just to get the area clean. And then we'll install the washers. So it gets tricky to install the screw and the washer all in the same time into the hole. So you might have to kind of use your wrench to kind of hold the screw in place while you insert the top or the rear bolt first. You just need to catch one. So as you can see, I just dropped a little bit of thread locker on that because I don't want my panniers falling off at the inopportune time. So I caught that one first up. So that's the very first one that is caught. And then I'm going to do the other side next. With the two rear screws in place, you can ease and the pannier rack hanging from the two rear screws, you can just feed this one up. Now, put the washer on, apply your thread locker. I'm only putting thread locker as I said, as an additional insurance. It didn't really come with thread locker, but I'm going to put this one on. And you just stick it in there and catch the screws, making sure, of course, not to cross thread. Don't tighten all of these screws up initially. Just like this one here is a slotted hole here, so I'm going to just let it be slack there, and then I'll rattle the whole thing and then finally tighten all four screws down. So all four screws are in. Give it a good rattle like that, and then start tightening down the four screws. That's all there is to this install. I couldn't find any torque settings for this, so I'll just tighten it by feel. Over on the other side. So again, I like to do them diagonally. So I did the left rear one first, and now I'm doing the right forward one, and that way I have a little bit better chance of it going down evenly. And I don't put the final tightening until I've got all of them snugged up. Now I'm going to do the right rear. So this is the right rear being done. And that's snugged up. Okay, so this is the left front, and it's all tightened down, it's snugged up, so I'm going to just tighten down. As you can see, there's a fair bit of torque. Let me just check it now that I've gotten up. If anybody knows what the torque setting on this is, let me know. I like to use the correct torque if I can have it, but if I don't, then I just tighten it to wrist tight, and that's it. Obviously you won't be able to see the results of this installation because, oh come on, because I would expect that those, there we go, I would expect that those neoprene washers would be compressed tight, but the thing is that the two metal surfaces are now separate, and to me that must make good sense, right? If BMW can see fit to put plastic washers under the trim screws, I don't see why they couldn't put some kind of rubber, rubber washers in there at this interface. There it is installed. You can see it's in between the two surfaces, and there's a bit of compression going on there. I'm satisfied that the two metal surfaces are not in contact one with the other. So, sorry if this shot is not all that clear, but this is just a camcorder. So that's the end of that installation.